So basically there was this very polite confrontation. I thought, look at me, looking over here, trying to figure out whether they're going to argue about The Last Jedi. But this over here is actually quite a central thing, that they did speak about changing your opinion on movies. Mauler discussed how he's changed his opinion on certain movies, right? That actually is a theme of the conversation, because all that I Hate Everything had to do is admit that he changed his opinion. And there's nothing wrong with that. But, here's another theme. Your audience and your friends don't want you to admit. So what do you do? So yeah. Rags, that we went through the timeline. Basically, this is a timeline, but I think our commentary is the main part. We do have some bits that where Mauler pushed back. He was like, listen, so Rags made a video that upset you. Then you put a comment on TRO that pissed off Mauler. Then he does admit that he made that comment by mistake. Then he basically is saying he was emotional. Then Mauler gives him a little compliment. Then he says, okay, like, why is that something that you apologized? Why did you apologize for that? So he kind of explains why he said an ugly thing about Mauler. Then there were like 3 bits of drama. There was the drama of the first video. Then there's the drama of the of after that video, where I Hate Everything hates on Mauler and friends because of Rags. Then there's the drama of okay, so that. Then there's the drama of they're trying to solve the drama, speaking to each other, and oh no, somebody goes and records them, and that starts more drama, because the bridge that was built in that conversation was broken, burnt by the recording occurring. So that was drama number 2. Then drama number 3 was I Hate Everything doubling down on things that he had walked back in that recorded conversation. And he did so in the way that we spoke about, is, first of all, he's just said, I was just talking shit with my friends. But we also discussed in our breakdown of, it's his audience, it's his friends, it's difficult to, there's incentive to stay with that argument, even though you have said something different. What I thought, and what I think a lot of you agreed on, was, well, if the recording is what upset you, take away its power by basically saying the things that you don't want people, that you think they would be using against you. So even if you are pissed off with them for recording, don't go and be petty on their videos. Rather admit you were wrong. But that's a difficult path to take, because, as we've said, audience might get upset, or friends might get upset, or whatever. But if you could explain yourself in your video, explain why you changed your mind, and you would have the support of the people that actually changed your mind. So that's cool. Even though one of them was Wolf, but you're not really interested in that person. So that could have worked. So that was the last drama, and I suppose this is the final part where the final bridge was built, and they just start talking about movies, and then they lived happily ever after. But I don't think we can see in the tone of I Hate Everything that he's still sour about the whole thing. He's still bitter. He's still salty. He's still all of the things, all of the flavors with Rags. And you know what? If you can't get along with people, you can't get along with them. Don't have to be friends. And I think one of the things we have also touched on is drama can be perpetuated by an audience. How do we get rid of that? And also, just the things that we did discuss on as well was the problem, whether it was right or wrong to have recorded. What reason would anyone is being told that you're going to be recorded? Would that have happened? Was it wrong? Was it right? But the point is, no matter what caused this, whether Wolf was right or wrong, to I hate everything, it was something wrong. And the criticism I have is how he reacted, how he decided to act upon his disdain for their actions. Very interesting, I think. An example of how you can have a conflict without having aggression. So it was, and without having passive aggression either. There's no passive aggression here either. There's there's straightforward stuff. Like at one part, I hate everything's like, yeah, if he hadn't made that video, this wouldn't have happened. And then Mauler says, well, if you hadn't made your video, then it wouldn't have happened either. So he didn't have to, he could have said, yeah, and just left it. But he said it that way, and he also it wasn't aggressive. So actually, as much as this was a very different one, it's an interpersonal example. It does make me go, wow, YouTube drama, WTF. But at the same time, look what this has brought us. It's speaking about privacy, speaking about trust, speaking about how you justify your actions, and a lot of the time in terms of evaluating I hate everything in how he's justified, it's just, oh well, there was a lot of emotion. And I guess that's as close to I was wrong as you're going to get. And also him saying, yeah, well, I was still bitching about the TLJ video. Like, he admits that. I think that's as close to I was wrong as you're going to get there. And that's fine. And they don't have to be friends. I know we don't want our mommies and daddies fighting, but you can watch two different. I watched the Daily Wire, guys, and I watched Stephen Crowder. I didn't go, oh, I will never watch them again. Like, no. Fire Andrew! 30 seconds of uninterrupted chewing. Oh my god. Oh, I would never be able. I would just do. Even though I'm the one, like, when I'm chewing, it's fine. I can hear it. It's cool. But through there, when do they make out? Actually, that is behind a paywall. And I did not buy it. It's not on a tab somewhere that I'm going to show you by mistake. You thought they was going to be friends. We don't. We're trying to destroy my entertainment. What? We don't what? Man, look how contained this is compared to Eric vs. Bob, right? My God. Somebody had a problem with somebody else. And yes, there was lots of conversations we weren't privy to here beforehand. This is a clip, and it's not live with the audience. It's a conversation that was then uploaded. But this could have been, well, you said this, and it didn't go that way. Maybe it's just English, but I think British, sorry, because we do have a Welshman and an Englishman. Maybe it's just that they're not those kinds of people. But yeah, I don't think either of them are either of these two things is uninteresting. Both of the debates were very interesting in the interpersonal jabs and things, and that the lack of the barbs. Look how civilized it even looks. And you know what's interesting as well is that this is maybe the second time in a civil debate discussion that we have the return all the way down to the initial discussion. Not like I said, this happened with with Wicked Supreme. He went back to his listen. I did say that I don't care for white people, and I mean for white people. Freudian slip. I did say that I don't care about I don't care for the term whiteness and it's not being used or whatever. But he went through the whole argument and then came back down to it. It's not that he was going back down to it to retreat from something else. I think there was just nothing more, so he just went back to it. And then here as well, it was just like, well, there's nothing more, so I'm going to go back to the initial point. I wonder if that's something that we can see in a pattern.